Welcome back to another episode of the Junk Monkeys podcast. A morning episode this time. We are tired. My name is Randy McLeod. I'm joined by Bradley Gertzen.
Yellow.
Noah Garbutt.
Hello there.
And the man of the hour, Michael Gertzen.
Yes, sir.
Woo-hoo. Yeah, today it's a sad one. You know, it's going to be the ode to Mike. You know, he's finally kicking the bucket. Today is the day.
Yeah,
we've decided. And
he's dying.
Yeah,
we have decided to execute Mike on the podcast.
On the podcast, actually, right now.
Our first video.
This will get us so many views. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna be chatting all about Mike and what he's up to and where he's going and if heaven, hell, whatever, you know. So stick around for this episode of the Junk Monkeys podcast. And so I said, "Hey, how you doing?"
Hey. I put my hand on her shoulder and said,
Hey. That movie, man. Did you see that Netflix Kid Cudi show they're making?
No.
There's like a
Netflix Kid Cudi show.
Yeah, they're gonna be making one, but it's like it's inspired by the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse style.
Oh, I love
And it looks pretty
Yes.
fucking rad. Anyway,
Yes.
we're not here to talk about that.
No.
We're here to talk about Mike. If you may have not heard, I know it's a very small town.
It is.
But Mike's leaving. I mean, I don't have to say it. Mike, what's going on, man? Where are you going?
I got a new job.
Mike got a job.
Michael's a big working.
We did it.
Finally.
But yeah,
yeah,
going
please.
to Winnipeg to start my career as a telecontrol. I guess as a trainee now.
Hey,
For Hydro in Winnipeg. Yeah.
that's exciting.
What's your title after trainee? Like officer?
Tech.
Oh, okay.
You're just tech.
Yeah, technician.
So what? That's not like the people that go up on the telephone wires and everything.
No, so that'd be like a linesman.
Yeah.
And you think of the hydro lines. But we do mostly like voice communication, so it would be like phone lines, fiber optic, any of their radio, like two-way wireless radio communications. Fix that stuff.
Now,
cool.
what about Hydro? What was it about Hydro that made you be like, "Ayo, I gotta go"?
Benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The money.
They not gonna say how much, but yeah, they definitely like paid like an extra third more than anywhere else, and their benefits are 10 times better.
That's
You actually get a
100%.
pension
That's not 100%
at our
coverage.
age,
I don't
like
even
this
know.
time and age.
I don't even know what that does.
They just give
What
you
is
money,
school
and then
didn't
when you
teach us?
retire,
Yeah.
they give it to you. Yeah,
I got no clue.
like I didn't think I was ever gonna be like even mention a pension,
Hey,
right?
spitting bars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah. Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
Hey, Brad. Where were you last night?
Me?
Yeah.
Just a casual night out with the boys. I hit the fair for a little bit,
Nice.
and then I got pretty drunk at the Roadhouse, and then now I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm working on like 3 hours of sleep right now, so we're killing it.
Me last night, text everybody, hey, just a reminder, we're starting early tomorrow, like 8 a.m. Brad's like, yep, I'm going to have my coffee ready to go in hand. 20 minutes late.
Texting.
On the way.
Girls all over him.
Classic.
Feel great though, honestly. I feel great.
That's good.
So I'm good to go. I'm
Fueled
ready-
by Wendy's.
Fueled by Wendy's potato wedges.
They can
and
honestly
Wendy's
sponsor
coffee.
us at
His
this point.
podcast.
Brought to you by Wendy's, Breakfast.
That's a
Wendy's
joke.
Canada. I don't know if we can get the full Wendy's.
No.
Breakfast Baconator.
Try one now. Well, I mean, like, so you did, what, 2 years of school to get to this point?
Yeah, I only did 2 years of school.
Yeah.
And
Not only. 2 years is a lot, man.
yeah,
They're a little.
but
spread
it
out,
was
right?
spread out because of New Zealand. So I
Yeah.
did year 1 before,
Mhm.
and then New Zealand, and then COVID, and then now. So it's been like 3 years.
That's crazy.
So going into year 2 of school was a little bit tough because obviously you don't remember anything from 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Nope.
So I still got through okay.
Well, that's the thing. Like, anytime I talk to you during this last semester of school, genuinely, it was like, "Hey, Mike, how's it going?" It's like, "Well, you know, fucking projects and fucking."
Oh yeah, it was
the worst
deadlines.
day of my life. Like,
Deadline after deadline
Oh.
after deadline.
it sounded like a slog, but I'm so glad that like
Yeah.
you got out of it and are already set up. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
That's
No
why it was so
facts.
tough.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to juggle work, health, school, and then
Social life.
Yeah, social life, right?
Yeah.
And you felt terrible.
Well, that's
Terrible when you're like, I've been on this for like 6 hours now. I deserve a break.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then you're not. When you're not working on it, you feel guilty for not doing it.
You know, it's still in your mind.
Yeah, exactly.
You're just trying to get away from it, but
It's
you
just
can't.
it's just sitting at the back of your. It occupies space in your mind.
Yeah, and that I got like a monitor for my laptop. And I was like, yeah, I can use my PlayStation and my laptop here.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 birds, 1 scone. Bad idea.
Scone?
Because I played video games in the same chair and same spot I did school.
Yeah.
So like my brain couldn't figure
You
it out.
associate like that area for work.
It couldn't
Yeah.
separate the two actions between the location.
Exactly, yeah.
That's been my thing. Like I have my little office at home, and like it's my computer and whatever, and so I associate sitting in that office chair with deadlines of writing, and I genuinely like. I remember last year I didn't touch my computer for the summer because I was just like I can't, like I can't go back to that, even though I'm supposed to be writing all the time, but whatever. So I have a very big question for you.
Okay.
You're going to Winnipeg.
Yes.
We've talked in the past on the, if you want to go back, the restaurant episode. We talked about food, and I had some hot takes. Some people didn't like, but hard truths. That's that's what I'm known for.
Like, what weren't the hardest takes of our podcast?
But they were pretty hard.
Noah?
What? Whoa! No, just catching a stray bullet out of nowhere.
Which one was it? The Beginner's Guide to Gaming?
Yeah, all right.
Those were the hardest.
Stand
Those were some strays.
I thought
You will not.
honestly, Mike,
No one will ever let that down.
I thought you were gonna bring up the forearms thing again. To be honest,
No,
Oh,
Mike didn't
hottest
listen to
take.
that one. No, so on that episode, I said Winnipeg is like the food central. When you get there, since you're going this, well, I mean, like this is publishing on Friday, so you would have been already there for the first week. What's the first thing you're eating, man? What are we
I'm there
ordering?
on Monday.
Kimchi.
Yeah, Choichi for sure.
All right.
That's my go-to. It's like the ramen shop in Winnipeg. Oh,
So good.
so good.
I still
like-
haven't gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're missing out.
Randy, we'll have to make a junk monkey
It's like-
trip up there. and
We
I'll
should.
take you there. Yeah, we should go for a food day.
It's relatively cheap. I wouldn't say it's like fast food cheap, but it's like $20.
Okay.
Food comes out in like 5 to 10 minutes.
Oh Lord.
You get a good serving
Oh yeah,
of
and
Huge.
fresh food.
the broth is awesome. They give you like a bunch of delicious vegetables and the marinated egg.
Oh,
It's
I
like
love me an egg.
It's like a hard-boiled egg or soft-boiled egg. So the inside it's like over easy boiled,
Yep.
and then they marinate it in soy sauce for 3 days.
It's
So it's like
perfect.
brown. Oh, and then not only that, if you're someone like me who eats way too much,
Right.
you can get noodles on the side for like
Ooh.
maybe $1, and it's like having 2 bowls of noodles.
yeah, and like you
That's a lot.
don't run out of broth because you're using chopsticks,
Yeah.
so it's just fresh, man.
It's just so good.
Oh.
I had it like 3 years ago now, and I still
You just
think about it.
just late
Yeah.
at night.
If
just
you-
get tummy grumbles. Over
Yeah.
If you
Running
go,
grumbles.
for all the listeners, I recommend the shoyu and or the original Choichi ramen,
Okay.
because the broth is like a miso base, which means it's a little bit saltier and it's got like soy sauce in it.
Yeah.
The other one's I think it's a tonketsu,
Mhm.
which just means it's like a pork base. So
Ooh.
it's like fattier,
Yeah.
but it's not as salty.
I gotta. Yeah, I mean, probably when I come visit you at some point, you're probably gonna just have to take me there because I just have no idea A, where it is, B, what to get. You know.
And the
it-
green tea's unreal.
Yeah.
Forgot about that too. They have it in like a little paper bag, and then they stick a chopstick through the top and they fold it. So like, you know, with tea bags, you gotta like squeeze out the extra juice.
Yeah.
You can just like turn the chopstick and it like
Whoa.
rolls into itself and
W.
squeezes itself.
Oh, that's
That'd be
awesome.
there.
Real
It's really
good.
clever. That's the thing. Like, places in Winnipeg really have to like stand out somehow because there's so much food.
Oh,
There's an
know.
outrageous amount of food out there.
That's why there's like Chosabi that has sushi burritos. Where are you gonna get a sushi burrito?
There,
excuse me?
I've never heard of
Yeah.
I've talked about sushi burritos, bro.
All the time.
Beth introduced me to them, and they're some of the most like exquisite food I've ever eaten, and it's cheap and it's pretty easy and it's so filling.
Huh.
It's my favorite.
Interesting.
That's my whatever your restaurant name is. What
Cho
Cho
Ichi.
Ichi. Yeah, that's my Choichi. Chosabi is my Choichi.
Chosabi.
Chosabi?
What does cho mean?
I don't know.
It's gotta mean like something food based, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Must be.
Maybe.
Food.
I don't know.
That's my final answer.
Who
Someone-
knows?
Hey,
Maybe
get on the
if
phones.
maybe if I had the ability to learn Japanese, I would know.
Rosetta Stone.
Rose.
Someone's got to advertise this soon, man. We're just throwing out
We can
sponsorships.
I will take money. I will sell out easy. Like, I don't mind.
My morals are on the floor.
Yeah. I will compromise the quality of this project or this podcast.
You want to talk about Raid Shadow Legends for the next
I'll
half
do
hour?
it. I'll
Guess
do
what?
it. If I get paid per minute, bro, this whole podcast all about Raid.
If I see one more YouTube video and Raid Shadow Legends comes up,
At this point,
throw my
it's
phone
just
through
a
the window.
meme.
It's too much of a meme,
It's
you know?
so funny.
It's ridiculous. But it only, like, that's the thing with, like, personalized ads, because only we know about it. Well, I mean, some other people might know about it, but, like, so, like, if you're a gamer, I guess, and you're on YouTube watching gaming stuff, they're going to show you Raid Shadow Legends. But if you're a mom, one time I went on a YouTube video on Beth's account, and she's not a mom, obviously, but, like, I went on hers, and it was just, like, it was, like, a bunch of clothing ads, and I'm like, I never get these.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always get Manscaped. It's really
Yeah.
annoying.
Manscaped all the time.
Hey,
What are you trying to tell me, YouTube?
What are you trying to tell me?
that
What
might
are you
be a
looking
play.
at?
You look interesting.
So I remember you telling me this story, but I was hoping you could tell the story on podcast real quick. What was the interview process like for Winnipeg? Because, like, it sounded like it was insane.
Okay. So, Hydro?
Mhm.
What do you think? Oh, yeah. So I had to be in Winnipeg on a Tuesday,
Just a casual Tuesday afternoon.
which already is like a feat.
Yeah.
Because, Brandon, 2 hours away. You got to
Gas.
find the
on
spot.
a Tuesday of all days.
Of course.
It's like right downtown. So find parking and get there. And then, even before that, we had to do an aptitude test. Just to make sure that you're like
Yes.
smart enough, in quotations, to be able to do the job. So you walk into the same spot, and it's just like, it's like a hotel of a building. Like if you ever go to Winnipeg and you're driving down the main drag, you can literally see the sign as you're going downtown that says Manitoba Hydro.
Yeah.
That building.
Yeah.
So you walk in, there's a giant ass waterfall like thing on the side.
Sounds
As soon as you
badass.
walk in, and it's like 15 feet high.
What?
It sounds
It's
sick.
huge.
Hydro.
Hydro water.
Ah.
The funny thing
Oh.
is, it's about electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, that's always been weird.
Well, it's because they use a hydroelectric
Yeah,
dam?
they use
Yeah.
hydroelectric jams.
But, like, call yourself electric. I don't know.
No.
Like,
That was one thing
Manitoba
that always
Electric.
confused me was like when people are talking about bills, they have hydro and then they have electricity.
yeah.
And I
Dude, genuinely, when I moved into my apartment for the first time by myself, I was like, okay, I got hydro. And I think that's all I need, right? Because that's
or
water.
hydro and water. Sorry.
Yeah, I need hydro and yeah, that's it. I need hydro, and then I guess I need electricity. And my mom was like, "No, you don't." Anyway, sorry. Continue. A waterfall.
Yeah, I get there. 14 people there. We get our key fobs, go up, and then get ready for the test. Now, the test was 3 phases. Each test was 20 minutes long, which was not enough time ever. Oh, no, they varied. They're in between 10 to 20 minutes. So there's, 3 tests, and they're all kind of like, I wouldn't say logic tests. They're more like like brain function tests, I say.
I would say they were pretty logic.
So
'Cause
like,
you brought one of the papers to work
yeah.
and gave it to me, and I would say that they were almost like puzzle solving.
Yeah, it was like a weird logic puzzles. Because the first one was reading instructions and then multiple choice answers from the instructions.
Uh-huh.
So you had 20 questions in 15 minutes there, I think, which is not enough time. They've definitely made these tests
to stress
so
you
to
out.
stress you the fuck out
Yeah.
and not be able to get done.
Well, they probably wanted to see what your work ethic would be under pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second one, which was definitely the worst, was like it's almost like, like the puzzles or the things you used to get where it's like 2 pictures and it's like, what's different?
Yeah.
It was like that, except on steroids. So imagine that, except with a battleship grid. So A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to find the grid space, like A1 or whatever, that was different between them. Except they could change those pictures. Like there's a master, and then there was 4 like child ones, and they could be flipped any which way. So they could like spin or rotate like 90, 180,
no.
The orientation would
270,
just be
270.
fucked.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like a robot. It was like little squiggly lines.
Oh no.
And it was like, okay, find which one this is.
It was like an electrical diagram.
So
when
you
you-
had to do like 30 of those in 15 minutes.
They were fun though.
Those ones sucked. Those ones are stressful.
When you said like spot the difference on steroids, I was expecting like, yeah, we put 2 Where's Waldos in front of you, and like, we took out Waldo in one of them. You know?
I wish it was that easy.
Yeah.
No, it was like there's like a circle, like a dark circle, and it's like a millimeter bigger.
Oh.
Or
No,
it's like shifted just a little bit to the left.
Oh.
And they're like, oh, that's different.
No, he let me do one, and I was sitting there. It must have been like 3 or 4 minutes before I decided on the wrong thing. First of all,
Yeah.
And then he was like, and then I was like, "Wow, that's not the worst thing." And he's like, "I had 15 minutes to do 30 of those," and I was like, "No,
No thanks.
No.
that's stupid."
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's
And then the third one, which I did really well on, was like,
Was this the puzzle one?
yeah, this was the one that I tried to explain. It's like you have a bunch of parts which are identified. It's like a schematic.
Okay.
And it's like a bunch of different lines or shapes. And each of those lines or shapes do something different. So to start, you get a color sequence. So think of like stoplights. So it'd be like green, yellow, red, orange.
Okay.
And so there's a combination of those, and then they go through the schematic. And each part either keeps orange or takes it away, or if some of them, like one of them, there was like a second like lights underneath it, and they combine the two. So it'd be like combine these two, and if 2 are the same, then it goes away. But in that sequence, one of them is broken or doesn't work. So you had to work through it and find which one wasn't working.
So it's
If
kind
that
of
makes sense.
It's kind of like a logic puzzle where you have to like. I've been playing there's a Jackbox like keep talking and nobody explodes situation. Where Beth and I are like playing it, and like she'll have a rule that says do not cut all white wires or whatever, and like this rule overrules this rule and stuff like that. So
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda.
The way I kind of interpreted it was if you've played Borderlands 2 or Borderlands 3, they have these puzzles in it where you'll have like a bunch of different levers, buttons, and like knobs to turn, and you have like a set sequence of lights to unlock like a loot chest or something.
Oh yeah.
And you have to do it in the proper order. So it would basically be that, except one of the levers doesn't work.
And yeah, and they're in a straight sequence, so it would be like this lever, this lever, this lever. So this lever turns on green, gets rid of orange. This one turns on orange, but gets rid of yellow.
I wonder what that.
And then at
tests.
the end, it shows you the lights. So you have to be like, okay, since this one turns on orange and this one's supposed to get rid of orange, but at the end there's still an orange. The one that gets rid of orange is broken, and then you
Oh, that's
hit
so
multiple
cool.
choice.
It
and
was,
then you
actually,
keep
it was
going.
actually a lot of fun.
That's
to do.
really cool.
Or there's like, yeah, there's one like, yeah, where that combines the two, and it's like one was like, combines all, don't get rid of any. And there's one that's like combined all. If there's duplicates, like the first one has an orange and the additive one has an orange, get rid of it. Yeah.
I wonder, like, first of all, I wonder what fucking crazy person like made these tests. You know what I mean? Like, and also like what like. You said the second one was like test. Well, I guess all of them were testing under pressure, right?
Oh yeah.
Like seeing how you would do under pressure.
The
But
third one didn't feel like pressure. I think I had like 15 minutes to do 25 questions or something. I finished it with like 3 minutes left.
damn, you did 25 of them.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, speed run.
She said when she called that I was like one of the better, the best in that test.
Those
Hey,
minute
so-
maths in grade 4 really paid off.
Those,
Yeah.
those multiplication lines where you're around the classroom.
Yeah. I was thinking like you start the test and it's like that sheet of paper that you're given in like grade 6 that's like put your hand on your head, walk around the classroom, and then it starts with like read all questions very carefully before answering, and then at the end it says like only do question 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I figured that's what it was gonna be.
Oh yeah, that third one. There was visual, or there was like everybody was like audibly frustrated. Like, you're like, what the? Slams of desks. Yeah, it's like, oh no, I'm doing fine, guys.
This sounds like the Men in Black testing.
Oh,
You know what I
it
mean?
was
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
When you were talking about entering it, I was like, this is like the start of a psychological thriller. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
They didn't
Only
give them
some of you
tables.
will leave.
Didn't give them tables. You just see Mike dragging a table across the classroom.
Yeah. And then the interview. It's like any other interview.
Yeah, we haven't even got to the interview part yet.
Yeah, so you get that, you get your call, you get your interview date, and then back in again, suit and tie. Pretty standard stuff. It was a competency test.
Mhm.
So it's kind of like a structured interview instead of like, what do you know?
Tell
Here's
me a
some
little bit
basic
about yourself.
questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you're supposed to answer in a way of like, it's called a star answer. So it's the situation, the task at hand, the actions, and then the results.
I hate acronyms, man.
So it's
dumb.
like,
Beer.
Yeah.
so it's like, so I had to come up with like a bunch of PV Mart answers because I was there really long.
Yep.
And apparently they're really good. So it was like, this customer was unhappy because blah, 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 blah. I gave them this because blah, 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 blah. I checked the margins, did this, everything was okay.
I called them
checked
an
the
asshole.
managers, actions, gave them that, whatever, happy. And then the results was like, they were happy,
Put them on hold.
came back again,
Just stood around for
whatever.
a bit. Made them think that I looked for it.
Never went back to them.
Yeah, so it was like that.
Yeah.
And those ones were long. Those ones you'd spend like 5 minutes a question. And there's
Oh,
like
wow.
7 of them.
And this was in person?
This is
Or-
in person.
okay.
Yeah, there's 3 dudes in a room.
Oh, shit.
staring at you.
That's intimidating.
Just standing
Um,
directly over top.
It
of
would have
you.
been, but they did like a presentation with us over Zoom, and
That's
it was
cool.
the same 3 guys. So I at least knew them.
There was like familiar faces. and
Yeah,
stuff.
so it wasn't too bad.
That's good.
And then I got the call.
And then they
Couple
were like,
weeks.
hey, yo, come on down to Winnipeg.
Yeah,
We're going to pay for everything.
yeah.
Literally everything.
Yeah.
That same time, it was like I had another interview set up.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for another job to get back, and then like Hydro called and was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna take this." So
Yeah.
I canceled the interview, which was the next day, and then I got another offer from Bell MTS the week after.
Yeah.
I was like,
Not as good.
Bell MTS
Yeah.
was going to send you to Shoal Lake, though, right?
"Yeah, they're gonna be Shoal Lake, and it was gonna be my own little office."
Yeah.
And I have cousins there, and
That
it would have been
still would've
okay.
Yeah, that still would have been cool, but
And they
But
paid me
Winnipeg.
enough. It wasn't like I was getting a raise from PV Mart anyways.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Or
Hydro.
P. Martin. Yeah, Winnipeg would be sick though. You
is
could hard to give
Hydro
up
government?
Winnipeg.
Hydro is government. No?
No, I think they're their own thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they're unionized.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Speaking of PV Mart, man, like yesterday we had our big send off for you, which I mean is a week ago in podcast terms. But yeah, we had a big send off and it was very, very cheesy. I get it because there was pizza.
Not for Randy.
Ah.
They still got
No cheese.
Yeah.
No cheese for Rand.
Those
Anyway,
breadsticks didn't kill you?
no, I was hurting this morning.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
wondering if they were buttered the fuck
It's
up.
fine.
Yeah.
I also got a cheeseburger last night. But
Doubled down on it, eh, Randy?
Double cheese.
Like I already fucked it up. I might as well keep going.
But yeah, like first of all, I didn't realize you've been at the Mart for 7 years.
7. Yep.
It's an outrageous amount of time.
It's insane. And like one of the questions I wrote down was like, was it tough, letting go of the Mart? Like that's been your bread and butter for 7 years. I know you went to New Zealand. I know you did a job in Rivers for one summer, but like, what was it like, waking up that yesterday morning and be like, huh?
I didn't even the day was so busy and I was everywhere like normal.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even set in until it was like
The last hour?
there's like pizza
Yeah.
and
Everybody saying about you.
my name on a cake and
Yeah.
first one where I was first like, oh shit, when Alan walked up and was like, oh, I guess I'll never see you again. I was like,
Oh. I'll come visit you, Alan.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was when everybody was saying bye was when it really caught me.
Yeah.
And then Chantel got me an extra gift.
Mm-hmm.
And the first card was cute because everybody signed it, but yeah, Chantel's card was a lot
More
worse, sincere, and yeah, big, maxed the page out.
Oh,
So
Wow.
That's cute.
it was cute.
Yeah.
It was hard to read.
I mean, yeah, it's tough, man. Like 7 years.
That's a long time. 7
Yeah,
years
I-
ago, I would have been in grade.
I started in
8.
TSC with
Yeah.
Noah,
Yeah.
and
Right.
then we literally came in to the store, put up the shelves. So we literally built.
You built this store.
Yeah. we built PV
did.
Mart and
we
been working there ever since.
deconstructed TSC and built PV Mart up from the floor.
You murdered TSC and then dug over its grave.
Yeah.
Made PV Mart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's crazy, man. I can't think of being in a job for 7 years in a row.
That's outrageous.
Like-
yeah.
At that point, it just kind of starts feeling like it's just part of life.
Yeah.
It's just one of those constants, going to bed or
Totally, totally.
supper.
It's when you get past 5 years,
Hmm.
it's not. I don't know.
It doesn't even begin to feel like work just because you know everything so fluently
Yes.
that it's just like walking and breathing.
Do you have those jitters about starting a new job? I mean, everybody does, but
Not too bad yet.
Well,
Because I know there's 2 weeks training.
oh, okay.
So the training I'm not nervous about. It'd be the 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
But
It's
they're not
always-
gonna be like, hey, go do this master plan thing, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna be training under someone for 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm not too nervous.
That's
No,
good.
they have a pretty easy like bringing up to.
Onboarding
Yeah.
process.
Yeah, they're not gonna like patches you off a ledge, you know?
Mhm.
They're not. Yeah, they're not going to throw you straight into the
I like
fire.
that.
Yeah.
That was all I got for like Mike is leaving. Explain yourself questions.
Explain yourself.
But then I wanted.
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
What are you doing? Going to Winnipeg, you asshole.
What do you?
Never going to see you again.
We are going to see him again.
No, we're never going to see Mike again.
I know everybody makes it
Dead
seem like
dogs.
I'm going to like Ontario. or,
I
like,
know.
other
He's
side of the
dying.
world
Away.
again. Like I did not get this bad of a response when I went to New Zealand.
Well, we knew you were coming back from New Zealand.
But did
You might not be-
anybody like?
facts.
You're telling me there was like no shadow of a doubt that he was going to come back to PV Mart?
Like,
I almost didn't.
yeah.
For those.
I don't know. You get a taste of the outside world. Maybe you don't come back.
New Zealand is a beautiful place.
It is.
It is, yeah.
And you would have stayed had COVID not sent you
We
home.
were teetering staying longer
Yeah.
before COVID.
Yeah, facts. And you guys would have went on your little tour.
Yeah, we would
we
do
were
the
thinking
tour.
about staying for COVID, like staying in New
Yeah.
Zealand for COVID.
Oh, that would have been rough. You never would have come home.
No,
Oh,
that
no,
would have
it
been
sucked.
actually so nice because New Zealand actually dealt with it.
Yeah. But you would have been stuck in your home for like months.
2 weeks.
We would have been okay.
Yeah.
We had a pretty sick pad. It was
Yeah.
fun.
That's
Little
fair.
bachelor pad.
It was
Yeah.
a fun little bachelor pad.
With
Yeah, it was
canned macaroni
shitty
and
carpet
cheese.
and shitty macaroni and cheese and
Mm-mm-mm.
lasagna toppers and schoolboys.
Lasagna toppers.
Can't go a podcast without talking New
I
Zealand.
think you need to explain schoolboys. I don't think you can just drop that.
Yeah, what is that?
They're like cocktail sausages.
Yeah.
But they call them schoolboys because
Oh.
they're like look like small penises.
Oh.
And everybody
course.
just talks about it like it's normal.
Yeah.
They're good. They're quick and easy. Just like never mind.
All right.
All of a sudden, Mike received a phone call from Hydro being like, "Yeah,
Hey, we heard your podcast.
we heard your podcast."
Up and coming podcasts are arrested for.
We've said worse.
It just gets cut out.
So before we started this podcast, Mike was like, "Hey, yo, if anybody's got embarrassing stories, throw them in there." Brad, do you got one? Do you got one for Mike?
When you brought up embarrassing stories, I was thinking about the day. I think it was the day that it was your birthday, Randy.
My birthday.
I think it was your birthday, and we went out to Tavern,
Oh yeah.
and then me and Michael went to Houston's afterwards because
Okay.
Michael was like, "Let's fucking go," and he had like a toque on and everything like that.
I
And
remember hearing about
vivid,
this.
I just have this vivid memory of him in the middle of the dance floor in like kind of a circle of people,
Mhm.
hat barely on, head swinging, full 360s,
That was
the little
fun,
pom
yeah.
poms flying around, and then I think we gave it to someone and just never saw it again.
Yeah, I think you gave it to Billy B.
It wasn't particularly embarrassing. At the moment, I was like, "Oh, Mike." Oh, no. But
He was
now
having
I
a great time.
Yeah, I was like, "This is sick, though. It's so fun." I guess it's not super embarrassing, but I just really like that story.
It was fun. I don't know where the toque went.
No,
I
never
really
seen it
don't
again.
care. That was a garbage
Yeah, it's
garbage
trash.
toque.
I don't think I've ever seen Mike on the deep floor.
Mike on the D floor
Menace.
is a menace. Yeah,
Menace.
it is a menace.
Menace.
Get him off the D floor.
I think the same night I tried to get Brad to fight someone.
No,
I know
yeah,
I
you
didn't. I
did.
definitely instigated the
Yeah,
shit
you
out of it.
almost got me in a fight. Yeah.
It's
that's
fun.
good.
It's fun.
No, you're an asshole.
I was like sneaking past. We were trying to get another drink. There's like this big brawlic guy, and he's like kind of dancing, and then he's in my way. So I'm like, "All right, Brad, ready?" And I like 3, like counted down 2, 1. I just shoved the guy. Past
And
him.
then
And
Mike
Brad
runs
didn't
right
get
past.
it, and Brad didn't get it, I guess.
Yeah.
And then yeah, Brad
So
had
I,
to deal with him.
yeah, so I was just standing there, and the guy turns around after he just got shoved. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't
Just
know.
give him
I
a big, just
That's
give him a
crazy,
big
man.
shrug.
I think,
was
I
like,
think he
"Oh."
ran that way.
Just pointed the opposite direction of Mike.
think he's wearing a toque out on the dance floor. You might want to go get him.
That's not as bad. Brad almost got himself into a fight multiple times on Halloween.
Oh yeah.
There's some guy
I
dressed as
remember.
Timmy Turner. So he had like Wanda and Cosmos on his shoulders, and
Yeah.
Brad would just walk up and flick him every couple of minutes.
I was blacked out, to be honest, but I rolled up and just flicked Wanda off his shoulder, and apparently he was just really mad about it.
Well,
And then he was
spent time
trying,
on it, man.
he was trying to fight me, and I just like dance walked away. See you later.
How to diffuse any situation.
Just dance walk, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fixes everything.
You're on the street, somebody comes up to mug you. It's like, hey,
Dance move.
Whoa.
Hey, hit him with it, hit him
Isn't that
with
like
it.
the basis of
West Side Story.
no Brazilian?
Pretty
Yeah,
close.
yeah,
Yeah.
But yes, I think it's Brazilian.
What?
Oh,
There's like-
capoeira.
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 Yeah.
You know that Bob's Burgers episode about
Yeah.
capoeira? It's
It's
so
12 o'clock.
Tina start screaming and say there's an emergency or whatever. There's an no, never mind. It was a stupid idea. It was stupid. Oh, sorry. Turn that down. Noah, you got an embarrassing story about Mike?
I originally didn't think that I did, but now that I've had time to kind of like go back through the history,
Go through the files.
there's definitely some. First off, Mike forgets just about anything that isn't immediately attached to him.
Yep.
Yesterday was his last day at work, and on his way out, he said, "Yep, nope, not going to forget anything. It'd be really awkward to come back in." 30 minutes later, I look on the table, and his water bottle is sitting there.
Naturally.
You've lost your wallet more than a couple times.
Oh yeah, multiple. I think I'm on my third wallet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think your iPod is still somewhere up north.
Yeah, it's in Vista.
Where the fuck is
Allegedly.
Vista?
Why?
Exactly.
Small town.
When did
Don't
you
know
lose
why you went there.
No idea. It's in Vista though.
Huh.
And then some other moments where I remember when we were driving in Mike's Malibu.
Oh, the old Malibu.
Oh, this is a good one.
Oh, the old Malibu.
We pulled to a stop sign to merge onto First Street, and there's a large sidewalk that kind of goes through, and we like anybody.
Different song. Yeah.
No, there's another one, and like anybody, we stopped. Like driver is in line with the stop sign.
Yes.
So over top of the sidewalk. Then I'm in the passenger. I look over to the left and I see somebody in a bike coming, and I just kind of like pointed out, "Hey, Mike, there's a guy on a bike coming." Mike puts it into reverse, not looking behind him,
No.
and reverses into somebody at a stop sign.
No.
I remember that. Yeah. I only dented their license plate a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like
No,
shit
no.
and just step on the gas.
No, it was
Explore it.
super light, but I can only imagine what the other people were thinking, seeing just like this this Malibu just slowly run into them.
Hey, watch your jet.
I remember that. Yeah, it was like a white Civic with a Ottawa Senators license plate. So like she deserved it. But
Right. Yeah.
yeah, that was the one I was thinking of.
No, you're thinking of the one where we were carpooling to our job at Springland up in Rivers there.
Yeah.
And no, we were leaving.
Leaving, yeah.
We were leaving, and then out of nowhere, we were listening to what was the song?
It's Plain White Tees. Hey there, Delilah.
Hey there, Delilah.
Bang.
And
Bang
middle of the
alert.
song, we're both into it, singing it.
Yeah.
The entire wheel, I think it was back
Passenger, I think.
passenger.
Yeah.
Like the hub and everything stays on, and just the tread all around it
Oh no.
all blows up at the same time.
Yeah.
And we get stranded on the side coming from Rivers for like an hour waiting for CAA to show up. We have to use my CAA because Mike doesn't have it.
Of
and
course.
We're just kind of like, hey,
Oh,
Mike,
what'd you do to me?
And now because of that, Hey There Delilah has been banned in any vehicle.
Oh yeah. It's
It
like
is a cursed song.
It's like Subway with my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a
Subway
cursed song.
broke my car.
When we were in New Zealand, Hey There Delilah came on like the radio, and we immediately turned it off.
Just a bad omen.
Bad omen, yeah.
it's like Stairway to Heaven in guitar shops.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not
Yeah.
allowed.
Just
Not
don't- you can't
cool.
do
It's just
that.
not something, which sucks because it's a great song.
Mm-hmm.
But
it is a certified banger.
it is.
Mhm.
It's one of those songs that gets white people absolutely turned the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like Drops of Jupiter. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Train comes on, I can't help myself.
I can't.
No.
And then I
Bust a
think
move.
the last story that I definitely want to say before Mike leaves is as we were leaving New Zealand.
Oh,
This is the
I
best
love
one.
this story.
Been told before, I think.
I
Oh, yeah,
don't think
but-
it's- I don't think it's been on the podcast before.
I think it was on
think
Travel
so.
Tales.
I think it
Yeah,
was
Mike
my
did it.
side though, not yours.
Yeah, I want to hear your side.
Okay, so we were supposed to be in New Zealand for 6 months. On the 5th month, we were planning on spending our last month going from the South Island all the way up to the North Island, where we would leave in Invercargill. No. Invercargill? No.
Invercargill was
That's
north
South
of, that was like the middle of the South Island. We were going to Auckland.
Auckland, that's
Yeah.
one. We were basically going to take a tourist bus that would stop at all the like landmarks. So there was the one place that was like the center of New Zealand. There was Rotorua, which was where they filmed Lord of the Rings.
Hey.
And just a bunch of super scenic, super touristy things.
Attractions.
And the night that we stayed in a hotel, which by the way was horrible, it wasn't necessarily a hotel even. It
Like
was
a hostel.
a hostel, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, you're talking about like before all the bullshit happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we stayed in a hostel, which was horrible, in my opinion.
Yeah, we got there and the guy was rolling ciggies at the front desk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
we're on-
receptionist was just rolling cigarettes.
Okay.
Just relaxing, man. Have
Yeah.
a good day.
Hey, man.
And then as we're like setting down clothes and stuff, Mike texts me that all the buses are canceled and stuff. So we get out, and then from then for like a week, it's just trying to find a flight out
Yep.
before everything gets canceled. And of course, right about that time, we get like a sore throat
Yeah.
for like
Little small boy.
maybe a day, if that.
Yeah.
Our travel agent calls us, I think, like super late on like a Thursday or something, and says, "Listen, we got a flight. You have to get down to Invercargill tomorrow." Like
At like it
was
that
at, like,
it was
noon.
that day,
it
wasn't
was
it?
that it was
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 that
at, like-
day at like afternoon time.
yeah, it was in the
Yeah.
afternoon. This is the only flight that's leaving Invercargill.
This is your one shot.
This is your one shot to get out of New
One
Zealand
You have
before,
moment.
one
Yeah.
shot.
Take a
before
chance.
everything. So we drive down to Invercargill in the morning, get on the flight. We stop at Queenstown, and then it's another flight up to Auckland.
Mm.
We've organized hotels and everything. Staying in Auckland, beautiful place. Felt like a ghost town. Nobody was doing anything because all of New Zealand was in like a 2-week lockdown.
Yeah.
And guess what? People didn't complain and it worked. Anyways.
Nope. It's
No
gone. It's
sneeze,
gone.
no
No
sneeze.
Okay.
sneeze.
Yeah.
For the audience members at home, Michael almost sneezed.
So all these flights that we take, we get through no problem.
Yeah.
We go to the Auckland International Airport.
It's like when a heist is going well, you know, like everything is working to plan, and like, all right, we got past security, we're good to go, luggage checked.
We're basically halfway there, just one more 13-hour flight to Vancouver, and then
Mhm.
we're in Canada, and everything else is gravy. We get to the international airport. We're waiting around for like 3 hours.
No. 8.
8 hours.
8
Oh!
hours.
That is rough, man.
8 hours for our flight.
Rough.
We
Should
get
unpack
to like
the PS4s, boys, and just
the
set 'em
loading
up.
area. We had our PS4s.
They were on our checked luggage though.
Yeah.
No, they weren't. No, we brought them with us because we were scared it was gonna fuck up in the bay.
That is true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So we had like laptops, PlayStation controllers, PlayStations, all
Yeah.
on our check, all with us.
I keep that thing on
Because
me.
we were like, there's no chance they're
We're
gonna
not
break
letting
it on us.
anybody.
Just hot.
Drop
So like
this.
then we
Yeah.
had to go through security. Sorry, a little bit of a tangent, and we'd pull out our PS4, pull out our laptop, PlayStation controllers,
All these edgy-looking black technology products.
and we're like, all right, send it.
Security guards are like fucking gamers.
Bunch of fucking teenagers.
Bunch of fucking teenagers.
Get through all of security.
Mhm.
We're just in like the waiting area for like 3 hours, I think then, because it took us 4 hours to get through everything else. And then they had like everything sectioned off, so they were like asking everybody like, "Oh, have you felt any like sore throat, headache, stuffy nose, like all the super basic like early onset
Yeah.
things of COVID?" I go through first. He asked me like, "Oh, have you had any of these?" And I was like, "Nope," because I had forgotten about the sore throat.
Right, because it was
yeah.
minuscule.
It was so minuscule. It happened.
hardly an inconvenience.
Maybe it coughed like 15 times that day.
Yeah.
Mike was right behind me. I go down this escalator to like this secondary waiting area
Yeah.
before we get on the plane, and then like just this, you see other people just constantly coming down,
Mhm.
and I don't see Mike.
Hmm.
So I text Mike, "What's taking so long?" And he's just like, they put me aside, and I was thinking, okay, maybe they're doing like random check or whatever.
Mhm.
And then like another half hour goes by, and I ask him again, like, "Are you coming down?" And he's like, "No, they're not letting me on the flight because I said that I coughed."
Ah.
Yeah.
So close
Ugh.
to getting home.
In my defense, I was definitely sick.
Okay.
Like more than that sore throat.
Mhm.
And my flight, like my 14-hour flight, was me just stuffed with mucus, like barely able to breathe with a mask on for the first time,
Yeah.
just trying to survive.
And that would have been a long flight.
At 14 hours that way?
13.
13 hours.
You
Yeah,
were,
which
like,
one
sneak
way
to
it's
the bathroom?
faster. But
You would like sneak to the bathroom to get a little quick nose blow in, or were
no,
you
it was
scared?
like it'd be like it gets so bad. This is gross.
Yeah.
So if you don't like sick gross, cover your ears for like next 10 seconds.
Yep.
Starting like now. I would breathe in, and the mucus would like come out of my nose down my throat.
Ugh.
Mm,
It was disgusting.
Hate that feeling.
but
Oh, wait,
yeah,
9,
like-
10. We're back on broadcast.
Hey, welcome back.
but yeah, I was furious with him, and like my parents were texting me the whole time, and I was like, Mike just got fucking axed by the TSA of New
Yeah.
Zealand.
Mike just
just got
fucked himself.
However, bust myself going to the hotel. Hotel was a 5-star
That
hotel.
shit
it was a really
nice.
nice
Yeah.
hotel.
Did you have to pay for it?
No, it's free.
Was that
Oh,
a little,
alright.
we had a little waterfall like shower and stuff like that too, like
Yeah.
those, like in the roof.
Oh.
Not like the shower head, like the entire roof.
Yeah. That's
I'm
pretty
pretty sure you ended up getting put on like a mail plane back to Canada.
No, I got a regular flight.
It was a regular flight.
Yeah.
Was it full?
Yes.
Okay.
Very full.
What else was there? There's a few things there. You got fed all day too, and they just brought
Yeah.
you food.
We've talked about this before on the travel podcast, so I
Yeah.
don't want to go
Okay.
too far.
Okay.
But yeah, that was not my brightest moment. And
It
lie
kinda,
to the airports because they're a joke.
Yeah.
They're
it,
not actual security. Don't let them think otherwise.
It kind of like horrible thing, but I made the most of it because on the flight back to Vancouver, the 13-hour flight, I was the only person that had an open seat beside me to act
Hey.
as a buffer between people.
Yeah.
However, that also meant that people kept asking me why there was an empty seat beside me. And I was like, well, my buddy.
People asked you that?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. No, there was somebody on the seat being like, oh, we have like a little buffer zone. I'm just like, yeah, my friend got caught.
My friend got.
So eventually I would just like, if people kept asking me and stuff, because there was like, it was a big plane. I think you had like, it was like 3 seats, 4 seats, and then another 3 seats.
Yeah.
And so like I would get people from like the middle seat asking like, why is there an empty spot there and everything. No,
You should come up with a new story every
It
time.
got to the point where I just said my buddy got sick,
Yeah.
and then they would immediately stop talking to me.
Yeah, they wouldn't get anywhere near you. You should have been like, yeah, he had a bomb on him, or like,
Yeah, no, he,
bomb,
BOM.
Explosive device.
planted plane.
Terrorist. Terror.
Oh, I'm just doing my vocal warm-ups. Don't
Yeah.
worry. Yeah. I got a big audition when
I'm
when
a voice actor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be playing. I'm gonna be playing an active terrorist person.
You ever played that Rainbow Six game? That's gonna be me.
But yeah, that was
that is a Mike moment.
that is something that would
Just-
only happen to Mike.
Just too
I've
honest,
never been
man.
that honest ever again.
I learned my lesson.
Yeah. You fake it till you make it, baby.
Yes,
It was really interesting because like getting to Vancouver Airport was a ghost town.
Yeah.
I played Pokemon Go and just walked everywhere. I think I ended up getting like 4 shinies in one night.
Hell yeah. I love Vancouver Airport. It's very nice in there. I like airports. We've talked about this.
Oh yeah.
So we are running out of time, but I wanted to quick fire through some questions about the podcast, Mike.
A hot seat question.
Hey, hot seat.
I'm ready.
So we started this podcast a year ago, back in November, I think it was, or October,
It's
maybe.
already been a year.
Less than a year.
Less than a year,
Less
but
than a
like,
year,
I mean,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyways,
cool.
Last year.
Last year. There we go. And it's been going strong, I think. And so, Mike, like, what was your trepidations going into this podcast, or were you kind of just like more like, "Hey, yo, this is awesome! Like, we have a way to do this now."
I just wanted to do it.
Yeah.
We've been talking about making content for so long.
So long,
Like, it's not
many
where-
Apex games.
Yeah, many of Apex games and trail mix eaten.
Yes.
Upon along this road.
Yes.
But yeah, we've always wanted to try to do content, and podcast seems the easiest way to do it.
It was most accessible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's most accessible to us. I know it's not exactly fully fledged to where we want it to be, but it's getting there.
It's a great.
It
starting
all
point, I think.
started off with stupid skits.
Yeah.
In we're sitting in the warehouse at PV Mart,
Fucking
dead,
working on
nothing going
totes,
on.
you know,
Yeah.
like on the floor.
Something just monotonous. We're like, just come up with a stupid idea,
Yep.
and we would just run with it for
and
the
we
whole
would,
day.
and yeah, we just keep on adding layers and layers.
There was one where, a bit of a tip of the hat here. There was one where it was like, what was it? Some guy, carpet guy. That was
guy.
it. That was the guy.
Carpet guy.
Creepy carpet guy who just happens to have a key to your place all the time.
Really likes cats.
He really likes
and
cats.
they like insinuated that he used the cats to make his
Make
carpet.
the carpet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Fluffy? There was that.
So you Persian.
Yeah, we gave him really not racially insensitive accent as well.
Yes. And then there's like he's the policeman, and he's in with the police.
Right, because he gives them
Carpet guy, what are you doing here?
Ah,
Ah.
you got me, officer.
Yeah.
And then there was one where like we came up with a guy that shows up before natural disasters but doesn't do anything about them.
Oh,
He has
yeah.
the ability to go back in time to like Pompeii or whatever. He's like, and like gives very vague like something pretty bad. You might want to wear some sunscreen.
It was like an old man with cogs, and
Right.
he like Mary Poppins in,
Mm-hmm.
and he wouldn't like go to natural disasters. He would instigate them.
Oh right.
Yeah, so it would be like, what was one that wasn't too bad?
Right.
It was like telling
Throwing
like
shit into the volcano at Pompeii.
yeah, or like telling
Lighter fluid.
telling like Hitler that his art's not that good and stuff like that. And then they'd be like, "Oh hey!"
Yeah,
and
and
Mary
then-
Poppins off.
Somebody would ask him a question, be like, "Away!"
He's clocked his cogs and he's gone.
Yep.
That was a couple of good ones.
It was 9 out of 10 dentists recommend. And
Yeah, it
Like
was
trying to get the last dentist.
yeah,
trying to get the
They
last
said, like
dentist.
enforcers.
But he would just not say yes, so they just like killed him as like 9 out of 10 dentists.
9 out of 9 dentists. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
would
we had
be
a few
like-
ideas.
They would be like waterboarding him, like the
You
Oral
have to
B.
recommend it. I won't do it. Yeah. So I mean, like you said, yeah, we just had stupid ideas, and then
We run with them.
yeah,
That's one thing I think this group of people is really good at. Is we like find like the most random thing and just run with it to absurd lengths.
We just don't question it. Like,
no, just go
Like,
with it.
Literally
People-
last week we were talking about my dad sleeping in a Traeger grill.
Oh
Yes.
my god, that was so
Yes, we
funny.
were.
It's just like I don't even remember how it got there, but
I
it
don't
did.
either.
Oh, we were talking about how we like tell customers how good Traeger grills
Oh,
are,
right.
but none of us have Traeger
Yeah,
grills.
we,
Oh,
we,
right.
we sell customers on things
So we
have
make
no idea.
it till we make it, baby.
Yes,
Like,
sir.
until we make it. Yeah, my dad actually sleeps in his Traeger grill.
He loves it.
He loves it so much he has moved out of the house.
He sets it
Into the
warm and
Traeger
just
grill.
heads on in.
He doesn't use deodorant. He just smells like hickory.
Smells like a grill.
Just
so-
changes the pellets, whatever
Yeah.
he needs.
Apple.
We smell like apple today.
Do you have a favorite episode so far, Mike?
Because
we asked this on the hack questions, but you weren't on that.
That's a good one.
They're all good.
They're all good.
Every single one. Batman review, best one.
The
Just Noah and I.
The first one I really, really enjoyed was the Beginner Guide to Gaming because
Mhm.
that was a really fun discussion.
Yeah.
Being a part of, I love doing traveling episode
Oh, that was great.
because I didn't get to say much, but it was really fun being in the same room where like you and Jordan hadn't seen each other for a while.
Yeah.
So it was just like two siblings just going off.
Yeah.
And you can see and you could just see you guys have been siblings for very long and how like the McLeod
Similar we are.
dynamic works.
Yeah.
Cause like we can always see hints of that when you talk, but like when you're with like your sister, it's just completely different
Yeah. totally.
atmosphere.
Yeah.
So I really like that one. There's another one. The New Year's resolution one, the first take, I
First
really
take was good.
enjoyed,
Yep.
but we botched that one.
Yeah.
Sorry guys.
No issues.
It's
And-
only happened twice. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, twice.
Has it been?
But we always brought it back, I think. Yeah. I think that's about it.
Just
All the other ones were fun too, but
Yeah.
I've definitely been gone for lots of them. So
Oh, I mean, like we started a podcast, and then you were like, "This is the busiest school year of my life." And I'm like,
this is
yeah.
Huh.
this is not only the busiest school
Crazy.
year, but the most crucial part of my life. I have
Exactly.
to just put my nose to the grindstone.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's fine.
Well, and yeah, like you were super busy, but you still managed to make time to come.
I
out.
tried to find
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have. Does anybody have any favorite mic moments from the podcast? I know I'm throwing that on the spot. I'll say like one of my favorite mic moments was when you weren't on, when we talked about like the fucking highways were frozen over, and we were like talking about it, and then I was like, yeah, Mike's out there, he's skating along the highway, he's on his way.
He's on his way right now.
The bus crashed. He's skating here. He should be here any minute.
Yeah, he's working on it. Yeah, do you guys have any, or should I? It's tough.
It
It
is.
is tough to think about.
I'll wrap around in case you guys think of one.
Okay.
And then like just a final thing. What? Obviously, you're gonna come back on the podcast every once in a while.
I hope so.
Yeah. No, you're not gone forever. I make that joke.
Nobody leaves the junk monkeys.
See if
What's your
my
UKB?
feature guest can get more than Jordan McLeod.
Ah.
I'm coming for her. I'm the best guest. Me.
Yeah, we'll put in the title featuring Michael Gertzen. You know,
Mike's back.
Mike's back, baby. We'll do that. We'll do that title like 4 times.
Yeah.
Just next week he comes back.
But like, what are you gonna miss about the podcast the most, man? Are you gonna miss the podcast, or are you gonna be like, fucking finally?
It's gonna suck in Winnipeg when something pulp culture happens, or I'm playing something and it's not like, all right, let's go to work.
You don't have
and
an
just
outlet.
and then I don't have an outlet to talk about it other than like over text or something.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like,
You can't watch the Moon Knight episode.
yeah, it
and
could
go
be
talk
like,
over
all right,
about
yeah.
it.
It's not like, okay, watch, what is it? Something new like
Ms. Marvel, the boys.
Ms. Marvel or The Boys or something else that comes out.
You gotta hope that somebody.
And then it's
at,
gonna be like no outlet.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that. That's a great point that I didn't even think about for you, Mike. That's gonna be tough.
Well, I mean,
we spend a lot of time talking about that kind of stuff.
You gotta hope that there's somebody at Hydro that
secret gamer.
is like a gamer or like super into pop culture or something.
But not the
Someone.
same.
It should be easy.
Not the
but
same history, man.
Yeah.
Not the same history.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
Seeing the people that were in that test, I doubt it. So
Bunch of nerds.
that's okay. And, like, work doesn't have to be the same as social life.
No.
Right?
That's facts.
In fact, it's almost better if it's not.
Yeah.
You get so many different perspectives.
I think it does make
I'm a
it go by.
completely different person at work,
I
honestly.
think it does make it go by though.
Oh yeah, it does.
Like, when you can share like out of work, kind of like enjoyments with people at work.
Totally. What was? Oh, I had one more thing. Yeah, I had. If anyone has any stories, but we've already gone through stories, and we're almost out of time because I got to go to work.
Dango hitting the mark.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, obviously, Mike, we're gonna miss you.
I hope so.
You're gonna be back on the podcast, of course, but like, I don't know, man. Like,
gonna
you
be
kind of
weird.
you instigated this podcast with all of us, and like, we wouldn't have it without you.
You're a founding father, man.
You literally
I'm a
are.
founding father.
And like, I still remember one of the coolest like moments of working on this podcast together was when we had our first content meeting, and you were so on the ball, and you were so like putting everything together and
Oh,
being like,
yes.
"Hey, yo, Randy, what do you got ideas for this? How are we gonna get this working on? Brad, what are we gonna be working on? You know, like and stuff like that." And I mean, that was we needed that. We needed that.
It was the whole wave of just organization that just kind of like spewed out of the blue.
It felt like everything was coming together, you know, and like not just like, well, we're winging it, you know.
Yeah.
And obviously, we need to have another content meeting, but
Yeah.
I could still be a part of the content meeting organized,
sure.
but
What do you want to see on the podcast as a listener? You know,
Yeah, you are gonna have a
I
different
wanna
perspective
see.
now.
Are you gonna be listening to the podcast, or are you gonna?
Probably.
Good.
We'll see. If you guys have reviews, I guess I got to listen to them now because I'll
Hell
be
yeah.
able to just talk about them all the time. Because
Yeah.
when I listen, if I'm gonna listen to them, I was either on them or I already know which take you had because of PV Mart.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I actually have to go in and listen to them.
You
But
and
that'll be
Cassie
fun.
can talk to each other in the comments. You know.
Yeah. I don't
Have
know.
a
What do I
full-fledged
want to
text
see?
Conversation, please.
I think another one of my favorites was the one where we didn't have a book.
topic.
The just chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all have such great character, but we never really show it too much because we're trying to be too organized.
Yeah.
So for future,
Blow off some steam. You know.
yeah, don't hold back.
Yeah.
Do more improv.
We are
frickin' lose it.
we are hilarious. All
Yeah.
right, let people know.
Cool, man. Anybody got closing remarks?
I'm gonna miss you, Mike.
yeah.
Oh,
Just gonna miss you.
yeah.
Oh, not that far.
He's
No,
gone
exactly.
forever, man.
A couple hours.
He's not gone
He's
forever.
dead. I can't believe it.
Never see him again.
You're gonna go into a building. You're gonna live in a building there, and then turns out meth lab upstairs. Guess
Boom.
what? Gotta evacuate. Boom.
Happens to the best of us.
Happens to
yeah.
everyone.
First thing I'm buying is an air mattress. So
Hey,
if you ever need, and I got a second
Splurging.
bedroom.
hey.
You got a second bedroom?
Yeah, 2-bedroom.
I'm moving to Winnipeg.
I'm coming to Winnipeg.
They got a PD Mart there.
Two.
They
Hey,
got a Westoba on Pembina.
Not good.
not good.
Is there?
There is
The
a
sign's
sign.
down.
The branch number is 40 if anyone needs to know.
Oh, thanks, Brad.
welcome, guys.
Some little insider secrets from
Little
Brad.
insider secrets from the bank.
Let's zoom on out of here, boys.
Is there any other passwords we should know about?
Oh,
SIN
No.
numbers?
You got any social security numbers?
Right.
Sure.
Have you
actually,
seen?
I have several. But
All right.
I
Oh,
steal all of them,
Steal
actually.
all of
That's all I do at work.
All up in the dome.
Identity theft, yeah.
Up
for
in the
sure.
Brad dome.
That one guy from Quebec.
Yeah.
Just memorize people's SIN numbers.
Thank you very much for listening, everyone. I gotta wrap this up because I gotta go. But yeah, thanks to Dan for the intro and outro music and also editing our podcast. We really appreciate it. Thank you to Noah for creating our dope thumbnails. Thumbnails?
Thumbnails.
Yeah, that's the word. Sorry. Jeez, I'm tired. And then thank you, Creation Nation Makerspace, for creating a space that's over on Rosser. Great place. Get student discount. And thank you, listeners. You know, our hack question fucking episode is one of our best performing ones, and it's insane. And I'm so happy that it's taken off. And like, my goal at the beginning of the year was 30 subscribers, and we're already past that at 32. And now I keep bumping it up by 5, and we keep exceeding that. So like, keep expectations low, and then you'll only exceed them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what do they say? Reach for the sky and land by the moon or something?
No,
No,
that's not
no,
how
no,
it
no,
is.
no. Close.
Shoot for the moon and land amongst the stars.
It's a joke, guys. That's what they're saying.
I know. Yeah, and then that should be it. I got a clip from the last episode up on Twitter, I think today. So if you want to go check that out, that'd be cool. That's at the Junk Monkeys on Twitter. Mike, send us home, man. What do you gotta say before you leave? On the spot. Brush your teeth.
Yeah,
I thought
brush your
that was it.
teeth.
I thought that was it. You're just gonna hum.
Eat your drugs.
Yep. Do that.
Do your school.
Mm-hmm.
Eat your vegetables.
And drugs.
And yeah, take it easy on yourself. Live in the moment. Don't look too far in the future, but don't regret the past.
Wow.
That's good.
That was good. All right, everyone. We will talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye, Mike.